Viola Davis did not become one of the most powerful women in Hollywood because the industry decided that she was. She became powerful because she decided that she was. On my 11 and a half hour flight home, I decided to read this. This book. This book is called Finding Me by Viola Davis. This book is amazing. It's a memoir that she wrote, and I have so much to say. I'm not going to fangirl, but I'm going to actually talk about this book like it's a case study. So lock in, because I have my laptop with me. I guess the foundation of this book is really about how she really had to come to terms with who she was and is fundamentally as a person. Her background, her upbringing is humbling. I kept reading the book and kept reminding myself that this is not fiction. This is what she went through. And honestly, I can see why when she speaks, when she acts, I can understand the depth of it now. So let me just bring out a few core things that I took notes of, and we're going to go through this together. I typed this out because I really didn't want to miss a point while I was talking, and I really want to give so much respect to this book. So there are a few things highlighted in her book. The core wound in this book was her poverty, her childhood trauma, and this internalized belief that she was not beautiful or worthy by Hollywood standard. Now, she has spoken about this openly as well, but that is truly the core wound for her. Now, let's talk about her core value. So her core value is truth. And I say this because even though it took her some time to get there, she refuses to make her story more comfortable for others. So simply put, she lives her truth. Now, in her public life, she has built it on the courage that she has. And when you really understand where she started from, you see why. Now, let's talk about her discipline system, right? So she had radical discipline. And it really started when one of her older sisters asked her, who does she want to be when she's an adult, right? And that was really the seed that started her career. For her to become an actor, she actually says in her book that is because the one time that their TV was working was that she was able to see this Black actress on film. And now she became encouraged and saw that, what, this is something that she could do. And that's how she realized this is what I want to do. So in her book, she has an older sister, and she's really big on education. And school literally becomes their escape. And she does really, really well in school. Now, she says, she had some behavioral issues, and I'm not going to give it all away because I really want you to read it. But at the end of the day, she did well. Won scholarships, put herself out there, and tried. Even when she almost didn't want to, she had people who surrounded her that saw her potential. So lock in, hold on. Her leadership style, right? So she does not lead by managing others. She leads by example. And why? Why do I say this? Because she is what we call someone who is self-aware. And I've said this before, and I'll say it again. In order for you to get where you want to go, you have to be self-aware. What are the things that you personally need to work on? What are things that you need to do to get yourself where you need to go? That is what we call self-leadership. Okay. All right. So the next thing is risk tolerance. She did not take risks recklessly. She took them after doing the inner work and made her convictions unshakable. She talks about in her book how she went to Juilliard, and that was a big deal for her, right? She gets in and she puts the work in. But then while she's there, she's also learning other things about herself. And of course, life is still happening for her. But even though things are happening, she was still able to finish. Let's just think about this practically, right? She was able to finish. She still had challenges. How many of us, when we are on our way to doing something good, we face challenges? Do we stop or do we keep going? The next thing is identity grounding. So identity grounding. She reclaimed her story from the outside world. She did not wait for Hollywood to declare her beautiful or leading woman material. So before she became, really popular in Hollywood, she did a lot of shows and she did them with pride, right? Even though sometimes she wanted more, but she still did what she had to do, built herself up to exactly where she is now. She didn't allow what Hollywood would say as beautiful or the lighter skinned woman, or this identity of Black beauty that Hollywood has created. She didn't let it stop her. So how many times have you as a person heard all these negative comments or even things in your own mind that have stopped you from doing what you need to do? Emotional posture. She was open, vulnerable, unashamed, and she even cries publicly. How many times have we seen her when she's doing her speeches? You can see how emotional she is when she speaks, and she doesn't hide it. And I love that. I respect that. But when she speaks with so much power. She speaks with so much passion. She speaks with empathy. And this is all because all of these things I have mentioned is exactly what brought her to this level. So lastly, Viola Davis did not become one of the most powerful women in Hollywood because the industry decided that she was. She became powerful because she decided that she was. And the inner work it took to get to that decision is what I want you to hold on to today. Viola Davis is a self-leadership study. Viola Davis embodies self-leadership. When a woman decides that her wound is not her weakness, it becomes her source of authority. I gotta sit with that one because I did. And this book, just grab the book. If you're a Kindle person like I am, grab it. On Amazon, just buy the book. I promise you, it will change you. And you will see her differently, but also when you read the book, I hope that you're able to make this a case study as I did and really take home the jewels that I did. And perhaps when you read it, you might find other jewels that could help you too. And so the question that I want to ask you is, what pain have you been hiding that is really your power? Think about it.